Hey guys, it's Kitty, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to sew this really adorable and super simple outfit for your American Girl dolls. This is part 2 to the video. In part 1 I showed you guys how to make the t-shirt, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make the skirt. Don't forget to watch to the very end of the video because there will be a super awesome giveaway. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. So for the skirt pattern, you're going to want to cut out a piece of paper that is 11.5 inches long and 5.5 inches wide. And this will make you a skirt that fits an 18-inch doll, but if you want to make this skirt for a welly wisher, cut your piece of fabric or your paper to be 7.5 inches long by 4.5 inches wide. So this is the fabric that I'm using to make my skirt out of, and this is just a fat quarter that I got at Joann's, and it was actually on sale for $1. They usually look like this when they're all wrapped up, and this is the one that I got, and yeah, this works perfectly for an American Girl and a welly wisher skirt. And in case you're wondering, the dimensions of my fat quarter are 18 by 21 inches. So it is now time to cut out our pattern, and since the pattern that we're using requires you to cut out 2, we're going to take a piece of fabric and fold it in half. And then take your pattern and just lay it in the corner and pin it to your fabric. Please notice that I'm not pinning this pattern to any kind of fold or anything like that. I now have my pattern pinned down to my fabric, so what I'm going to do is take my sewing scissors and just cut out my pattern. When you have your pattern all cut out, just take out all of the pins, and remember to be careful because the pins are very sharp. You should now have 2 identical looking pieces of fabric that are both 11.5 inches by 5.5 inches wide. Now that we have our pattern pieces all cut out, it is time to begin sewing. So the first thing you're going to do is take your pattern pieces and lay them so that one of the pieces is facing good side up. This is the good side of the fabric and this is the wrong side of the fabric, in case you're wondering. And then you're going to take your other piece of fabric and lay it so that the good side is facing down, so kind of like it's a sandwich. So just line up the edges along one side, and once you've done that, put pins in along this side of the fabric. Once you have your pins holding your fabric together, sew a straight stitch along this edge of the fabric. You can either sew this with a sewing machine, which is what I recommend because it's a lot faster, or you can hand sew this if you do not have a sewing machine. So as you can see here, I just sewed a straight stitch 1/4 of an inch away from the edge along this line. So what I'm going to do next is just take my fabric and I'm going to open it up. And then this is optional, but I'm going to iron right here so that my seam stays in place. And again, that's optional, but I just think it makes the skirt look nicer. I will be right back when I have my seam all ironed. So I just finished sewing my hem, or not my hem, I just finished ironing my stitching. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew a zigzag stitch along all 4 sides of my skirt. And what this is going to do is it's going to prevent it from fraying. I will be right back when I have sewn a zigzag along all 4 sides. Okay, now that I have all of my edges done with finished off with a zigzag stitch, I'm now going to hem the bottom of the skirt. So how to do that, you're just going to take your fabric and lay it so that the good side is facing down. And then you're going to simply take your fabric and fold the edge up and sew a straight stitch. So that's how you hem. You pretty much just, you don't even always have to pin it. You can iron it or you can throw a couple pins in it. And yeah, I will be right back when I have hemmed my skirt. So as you can see, my skirt now has a nice finished edge, and here's what it looks like on the other side. It just is nicely finished off. We are now going to sew the casing for the elastic. So to do that, you're going to take your fabric piece and lay it so that the good side is facing down. Next, you're going to pretty much do the same thing that we did for this, although you're going to want to fold the fabric over more. So we pretty much just want to make like a little casing for our elastic to slide through. So you're going to take your fabric and fold it over. I'm folding mine over just about half an inch so that we leave room for elastic. And I would recommend putting pins in, and you're just going to do this for the whole skirt. When you have your casing all pinned down, you're just going to sew a straight stitch all along here, along the whole top of your skirt. So I just finished sewing my casing, so now I'm going to take my elastic. You can find elastic at pretty much any sewing store. This is the one that I have, and my elastic is about, let's see, 1/4 of an inch thick. And I find that this works best for American Girl dolls and welly wishers. So what you're going to do is just measure and cut a piece of elastic that is slightly longer than the skirt itself. This should be good. We are now going to thread the elastic through the casing that we sewed. And I find that it's easiest to use something like this. This is just a safety pin, and I like to open the safety pin and then poke it through the end of the elastic, and then close your safety pin so that it looks like this. You can probably hear my baby sister outside. And then this gives you something to grab onto while you thread your elastic through the casing. Let me focus the camera. So you're just going to find the opening. Mine is right here. I'm hoping you guys can see this. And just slide your elastic through. And then feel for the safety pin and just kind of move it through. I hope this makes somewhat sense. So just grab onto the safety pin through the fabric and just feed it through your casing. And then when you get to the end, just slide the safety pin out and pull it out of your skirt. And you should now see like a nice gathering in the fabric. Next, grab your American Girl doll and take your skirt, and you're going to want to put it on your doll so that it is backwards or wrong side facing out, and just kind of put it on your doll where you want the skirt to lay. And then, hopefully I can move her shirt over so you guys can see. And take the elastic and just pull it until it gathers and tightens on the doll. And when you have it tightened so that it is the right, tightness so that it doesn't slide off your doll, you're going to pinch it, hold it and pinch it, and then take a pin and very carefully go through the elastic and just pin it in place. And when you have it pinned in place, you can carefully remove it from the doll. Be sure not to scratch your doll with the pin. And then you're just going to match up these edges right here and sew a straight stitch along right here. Next, like I said before, you're just going to sew a straight stitch right along here. When you have sewn a straight stitch along here, you can now just cut off your elastic. And here's our skirt. Let's flip it. And there you go. It is so cute. Here is the finished skirt on a doll. It fits her perfectly. I feel like it's the perfect length, and it was super fast and easy to make, so that's awesome. Here is the skirt with the top that we made in part 1. And guys, this outfit is so adorable and I completely love it. And plus, you can't go wrong for a doll outfit for technically only $1. If you want to make this outfit for a welly wisher, just follow the same instructions, but use the provided welly wisher pattern. So as promised, I am going to be doing a giveaway, and the winner of the giveaway will receive the t-shirt and skirt that I made in the video. If you're interested in entering this giveaway, please read the rules that will be listed in the description of this video. I had tons of fun filming this video, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will be sure to do more videos like this. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye!